Well, we're here today with Mr. Louis Anderson, who is the head of Legacy Works, which your main job is getting copyrights back. Uh, what is it called?
Termination of a grant of copyright?
Yeah, and in the interest of complete disclosure, Louis has put in many hours for me on this. And you see this talked about everywhere, and I thought it was really important if maybe we sat down with one of the copyright gurus here and found out what it really is all about. And before I start, I just want to say that Louis is an award-winning songwriter himself, which
Which I like to think brings a perspective on my end that one doesn't get just going straight through a
oh,
law firm.
absolutely. I think that's phenomenal. So when they talk about this, what exactly does it mean?
A lot of writers don't even understand what copyright is. So to say that you're terminating the grant of copyright and getting it back is a little confusing. But copyright is actually the property right of the songs that you write. So while we think of songs as lyrics and melody, the copyright is the legal ownership of that work. And so often writers sign a contract, single song agreement, exclusive term agreement, whatever they sign, and they transfer that ownership of that copyright. A lot of people don't realize when they're signing a copyright, that's what a contract, that's what they're doing. But they're transferring ownership to a company or an entity, and then at some point in the future they can get that copyright back for the United States. This is strictly a United States law because of reciprocity in other countries. The Copyright Act in those countries takes precedent, and it doesn't have a termination right. So termination right in the U.S. is the only one that is affected here. But you would, at the point that you terminate, you file your termination and your termination date arrives, you get your copyright back to become the publisher yourself, or you gain the right to sell it or do with it what you want. But strictly in the United States and strictly for licensing going forward, licenses in existence prior to the termination dates are stay with the publisher, the grantee that has them. But also you would at that time get the performing rights societies would start paying you all the royalties that they collect in the U.S. for publisher share, assuming you're already getting your writer share. But so it's a way to increase your income.
So what is the process? I come to you and I show you the songs I have that I want to get back, and then where do you dig in?
The process is, because it's about copyright, it's a data-driven process. We have to establish a lot of different areas of data about that work. When did you write it? What's the date of creation? When did you assign it to the publisher? Who did you write it with? If it falls on one side of 1978 or the other, the law has two sections to it. A 203A, which is for works on or after 1978, assigned in that period, or 304C, which is pre-78, 1978. So we have to establish all these data points about it, and of course, obviously the writer has to decide how many works they want to get back. Are they trying to get back one song, a catalog of songs? And every song is its own entity. Just because you wrote a song on two songs on the same day, their termination dates might not be the same. So you have to take each one separate.